Hey guys, this is Candy. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time, do hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on past videos and future videos to come. Yes, so this is the My Beauty Afro Kinky bulk hair. And for today's look, I am actually doing a natural hair crochet braids. Yes, and this will be done with an invisible part so it can have the most natural look ever. So we're starting off, of course, with the foundation of the style, which is your braid pattern. And for today's look, I am doing just a regular schmegular braid back. Yeah, nothing fancy at all. And we're just doing the cornrows back. The only thing that I want to specify with the braid pattern is how you do that portion of the braids where you will actually do the invisible part. That is the only thing that we need to pay keen attention to also. And this is a part of the style that we want to highlight, which is the overlapping or the crisscross braids. And this is not where I'm going to be making her part, but as a general rule, if I'm making an invisible part, I usually, have 3 sets of overlapping braid so that it balances the hair on both sides. So yeah, so what you want to do to make your invisible look is keep one row and then move on to the next. So as you can see, I have one row clipped off that I'm not going to be braiding right now. So I'm moving on to the next. I'm adding a small piece of hair that I usually do when I'm doing braids. Just, to help to protect your natural hair and to create more of a foundation for the crochet look. So now once I get to the point where I want the parting to stop, then I just crisscross over to the previous row and then merge the hair with that hair from the previous row and just keep going and braiding all the way back. A little bit of details about the hair. Again, it's My Beauty Afro Kinky Bulb. People are always asking me about the hair. Even when I mention it in the video, even when I write it in the description, I get questions about the hair. So I'm just making it known. All right, so once I get down almost to the back, the tail of the braid that is not exactly beside it, but before the one that's beside it, I actually bring it up and merge it into the braid that I'm currently making. All right, so now we're going back to that braid that was missed, and we're just braiding it again to the same point where you want the parting to stop. And once you get to that point, you're going to also crisscross over to the opposite row and just keep braiding all the way back. And that's the only thing I want to highlight about the braid pattern for today. The fact that you have to do that crisscross braiding. And I'm going to do that crisscross braiding not only for the row that I'm doing the invisible part, but for the 3 immediate rows. So that's the side part. That would be a middle part, which is what we're going to do the invisible part on. And then we balance the other side with one of those overlapping braids too. All right, so let's go and cut off the straightened part of the hair. Yes. And this is how it looks. They have, sectioned off bundles. And of course, this portion of hair is too much, so I'm going to go ahead and separate it into smaller amounts. I actually split each of those bundles into about 5 pieces for today's install. And once that is done, we are good to go. So we're going to go ahead now and start the process. I need my crochet tool, and I'm just inserting the crochet tool, attaching the hair, pulling it through the braid, and I'm just making 2 knots, and that is it. Simple, easy. Just double knot the hair, and I want to make sure that I stack the hair closely beside each other for a fuller look, because we are trying to get a nice full thick afro. So we're going to make sure that we install the hair closely to get that look. And for the most part, when I'm installing the hair, I just go from ear to ear, from one side of the head to the next in a straight row. and well, until I get to the front, and then I just start filling in each of the cornrows as I go. But yeah, for now we're just adding the hair. I did go ahead and use 2 packs and just a little bit from the third pack. So if you didn't want it this full, 2 packs probably could work. But my suggestion would be to get 3 packs just to be on the safer side, because you don't want your afro to look scanty. The whole point of doing a crochet is that you can, make sure that the style looks as nice and full as you would have wanted your natural hair to look. All right. And this style, guys, is perfect for those whose hair is not long enough to achieve an afro of this length, or for people whose hair is too long to achieve an afro of this length, or for people who just need a break from styling their natural hair. So you don't want to be twisting, you don't want to be moisturizing, you don't want to be doing all that drama, and you just want to give your hair a rest, then come on. And this is also for people who wants to change their hair color without changing their natural hair color. So it's for everybody. Okay? If you want to change, this is for you. All right, so we're pretty much on the finishing. Yes, by the power of editing. So we're at the front, and I'm just adding the last few pieces in the rows before I get to the row where I do my invisible or my knotless part. Very important. So I want to highlight how I do the invisible part, because that will make or break your style. You don't want to see knots. You do not want it to be very obvious that you're wearing a crochet style. So in inserting the crochet tool, the difference with the knotting is that I'm only bringing through one piece of the hair and just pulling the hair tight, and then picking off a tiny piece from each side, making a knot or two with that tiny piece of hair, and then I flip over the other side. Again, attach, pull through, insert only one piece of the braiding hair through the loop, loop it twice, and stretch to tighten. Pick off 2 tiny pieces, one from either side of the hair, and we're going to go ahead and create a knot or 2 knots, and then you flip the hair over, and you can already start to see where the cornrow is being covered, and that is going to give you the illusion that the hair is growing out of your very own scalp. I kid you not, once I learned this technique, it was like a aha moment for me. It was like no brainer. This is definitely the method you want to use. It probably will take you a little bit longer to get it down pack, but once you do, you will never go back to just doing regular knots where it's very obvious that your style is a crochet. Come on now, who wants that? No, we don't. We want to be able to trick the crowd. That's the whole point. You want to trick the crowd, so we gotta go all out. All right, so we're just finishing up. Again, just try to follow what I'm saying. And also, you want to make sure that the key is to insert the crochet tool on the outer part of the braid. So you're not going to go on the inside of the part, you're going to insert it from the outside. And that will give you the ability. If you try to do it the other way, you definitely will find that there is an issue with achieving the look that you want. So pay keen attention to that. Yeah, and this is the last piece. Pulling it through, pulling one side through, knot it twice, your tiny pieces on either side, making your knots, and flipping it over. Now you want to just, fluff the hair a little bit, yes, for a more natural look. And now we're going to finish the next side. And again, by the magic of editing, we are all done. And look at that, guys. Look at that part. Who can tell you anything? Nobody can talk to you because that looks unnatural. All right. So there's not much to trim, but we're gonna go in and just, make sure we neat it up as much as possible, getting out any stringy pieces that might be there, and just kind of rounding up your afro a little bit. I'm also adding some mousse. I will leave the link to this mousse down below. I believe it was African Pride, if I'm not mistaken, but I will leave the link down below. But this also helps to soften the hair, and it helps to make the hair shinier and helps to make it softer. Yeah, did I say softer already? Anyway, it's early in the morning. So guys, this is our Afro Kinky Crochet look. I love the type 4 texture of the hair. It is just giving everything. And this is what the part looks like in the front. And yeah, yeah. There you have it. Crochet created, Afro created in a matter of minutes. Yeah, well, I'm overdoing it now. In a matter of a couple hours. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for making it Natural Hair Dynamics. Again, hit the subscribe button and the comment down below and let me know if you would rock this style. Again, we will talk on our next one. We do post on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so be sure to hit the notification bell. All right, take care now.